something you can't quite explain. It's something you'll never understand. How a man becomes a war machine. How a man becomes a war machine.
You got it! You're listening to today's Heroes Hits on WGY6 Radio.
Patriot Pride.
It's Sunday, October 19th, and you're tuned into the People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6. Right now, you're listening to WGY3 Radio. Proudly produced in partnership with Reason Across America Radio. Together, we share a mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and teach the future generations the value of freedom. Freedom secured by the brave men and women who wear our nation's uniform. Stay tuned for We Got Your 6 at 6. Now playing on WGY3 Radio. Die tired, need to feed.
You got it!
Trucker.
Talkers, roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We the people, the People's Patriot Project.
Looking for a place to put your skill set
that your thoughts and ideas are want to help continue the mission, you have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WP3 team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
You got it!
Truck it on.
Good evening, it's Andrea Eichmann here. I am here with Mark and Frank, and we are here with the People's Patriot Project to bring you our weekly show called We Got Your 6 at 6. Every week we have a guest and we bring an artist. We share all the good and sometimes not so good things happening in our world. This week we are hosting some amazing discussions with our guest, JJ Hardy, author of Speak Up, Show Up, Lead, and there's a lot of other aspects, so hang on to your hats. We'll also have music and conversation with Kyle Demang of Voodoo Bayou Band. We would like to thank our sponsors, starting out with Catch 22 and Derek Iozio, our godfather at WP3. Derek is there for support and management, coffee in the mornings, and I don't know what we have at night, prayers and all that good stuff. All right, so check out Catch 22 Peer Support. We've also got Operation Texas Strong with Peggy and Bobby Krutzinger. They are changing the lives of homeless veterans by bringing them home to RVs that are donated. And there are some amazing stories of donations out there. If you have an RV or know someone who's trying to get rid of one and would like to donate, just get a hold of them. They're in Texas, but they do work around the country with their new homes for veterans. Also checking out with the Boho Hobos Hideaway. Thank you to Lauren Iozio for sharing her Hobo's Paradise. This is in Livingston, Texas, you guys. It is on Airbnb, and it's like, it says hideaway, but it's a great getaway as well. I'm thinking if you have some writing to do, if you have some sightseeing or touring to do, if you have a break or you need a break getting across the great state of Texas, check it out. It's beautiful. It's cute. It's very relaxing. The Boho Hobos Hideaway. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors, our guests, and our listeners. Before we dive into this week's show, please take a moment to join us for this amazing version of the Star Spangled Banner with Dave Bray, USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take the time to stand if you are capable of standing. Out of honor and respect, please remove your covers and prepare yourself how you need to show your greatest gratitude for the amazing freedoms and liberties we have achieved under one of the most powerful symbols in the world. Please cast your attention as we respect our old glory.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, Satan's and star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free. In the home of the
Patriot Pride.
Peterson, you're muted, but I think you're talking. Uh-huh.
Blah, 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 blah.
Hello.
Let's grow. Yeah, the clicky clickies are not working all that great right now. Let's go. Go back, start your engines. It's time to go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Foolery's over with. All right, Miss Eichmann, you got to do
Yes,
a little
sir.
homework first. Did you go out to our two most important pages that are out there, the People's Patriot Project Facebook page and the We Got Your 6 at 6 page? For some reason, I've no less than probably 10 times tried to load those in, and they are not loading into the live. So if you will put a message on those two and at least shoot them to the YouTube channel, that'd be great. It really hurts when your primary page for your podcast is down, but we got this. It's not going to get me down. We got an amazing crew, as I was saying when my mic was off and you all didn't hear me. It is October 19th, and we are here for We Got Your 6 at 6. It used to be called Patriot Playtime, but sometimes it's time to play and sometimes it's time to work, and that's what we're going to do tonight. The first thing I'd like to do is our call to action. Everyone pick up your phones, go into a text area space where you're going to see your contacts, and we're going to check our 6. And in our check our 6, first thing is you need to check yourself. Make sure your mental's in the space it needs to be. If it's not there, if you got control, you've got your skills, you know what you need to do, take care of business. I hope you can still hang with us, still enjoy the conversation, and still grow with us, because we're going to be better and do better. And then the next item, if you're not in that space and you're like, okay, I need help, reach out to a trusted adult. I mean, there's a trusted child. I suppose you can reach out to them too, but we don't need to be jumping more on our kiddos these days. Or reach out to an organization like the People's Patriot Project, like Pierce's Catch-22, and the plethora of other organizations that have been on the People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6. Take care of you. Make sure you're in a space, and it's not your job to carry the load when you're in that space. You got to be in the right space. So next thing, just checking on you. Type it into your text messages, copy it, paste it into 6 different conversations of people in your contact list, and send. Because I know that when we're building relationships, I know when we're having conversations with the people that we have cared about at some point in our life, then things happen. Good things, sometimes bad things. I do want to challenge you to take one of those relationships that ended up a little sideways, because maybe it was a joke that went wrong. Maybe you dropped the ball on a responsibility. Maybe they dropped the ball on a responsibility. Maybe stuff just happens. Maybe it's just a disconnect over years, and that happens too. Surprise your friend, give him a little quick checking in with you, see where you're at. That's your check 6. We are now going to introduce our 2 guests to you tonight. We have the amazing JJ Hardy, podcast host, leadership coach, author, and Kyle DeMang. Yes, there's a lot more letters than what I'm pronouncing, but it's DeMang, and he is with, it's going to be a tricky one, folks. He's with the Voodoo Bayou Band out of Louisiana, but he's also connected with another band when he was in Another Space and Place, and we'll talk about that as well. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for being here tonight. I don't have a funny start tonight because my Vikings lost today. Boo. Who do you follow, JJ?
Who do I follow?
Yeah. What football team do you follow? You follow a football team?
Well, once upon a time, and I'll probably get a hard time for this, but I used to follow the Bears and the Broncos. Those were my 2 teams. Lately, I don't anymore.
It's a good thing you got out of that game. There's no reason to be involved. How about you, Kyle?
Yeah, well, we're down here in the swamp in South Louisiana, and it's just a bunch of Saints fans around here, but there's some pretty unhappy Saints fans these days, man.
I get it. And you guys like to follow those Tigers down there, too.
Yeah, and boy, we're struggling there as well. I don't want to sound like a fair weather fan, but it's a bit of a struggle right now. But we live and breathe purple and gold, and you got to represent where you can.
Hey, we represent purple and gold up here too, just so you know.
Oh, baby.
Just so you know. Frank, how many miles are you on this week?
I ran a total of 18 miles this week and 13.1 today. My first ever marathon and might be my last. I mean, half marathon.
Frank.
Half marathon.
It's awesome.
And my Achilles are screaming right now.
Checking with your therapist, okay? We'll try and fix this problem for you.
Yeah, I got some dirt sitting next to me. I just rubbed some of that on it, and I'll be fine.
Nice.
Make sure whatever you're rubbing, it's like we can see, so it's not like we don't have anything that we're questioning or anything, okay?
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Great advice.
Hey, JJ Hardy, tell us who you are, tell us about your service, and tell us the brief of what your mission is about in life.
Okay. So my name is JJ Hardy. I'm a married guy. Got 2 kids over here, both teenagers. One's actually an adult in college. And I do leadership coaching. But in my journey of leadership coaching, I decided I would start a podcast. It's called Speak Up, Show Up, Lead, which incidentally is also the name of my book. Oh, it's backwards on your screen, but that's okay. Mirrored it. You're just going to have to cross your eyes and look at it backwards if you want to see what the actual book looks like. But my mission in life is to help people succeed. I fell into leadership coaching because I found that business doesn't really take an active approach to training their leaders and throwing them into roles. And after I retired from the military in 2018, I noticed that in three different companies that I worked for. And the last one, I built a leadership development program, and I decided to go and do that for other people as well. And so that's what I do for a living these days.
Outstanding. I'm excited to hear more.
Okay.
I want to know more. I don't answer my questions now. I'm just going to kind of plant some seeds right now. But what does that look like? What does success look like? What does being a leader look like? I mean, we got a lot of people running around thinking. I don't know if they say it, but they definitely think it, that they're a leader. And me and Andrea just recently went to a leadership summit, and notable quote of the leadership: people have to follow you for you to be a leader. Go figure. All right. I don't know how much they paid for me to go learn that piece, but there's some reality to that. Thank you, folks. Kyle, introduce us to you, who you are, your military service, and what's your mission now in life?
Well, thank you, Mark and Andres. It's a pleasure to be here to meet all of you folks. My name is Kyle Domingue, and I'm an architect, and I'm a part owner of a company that's an engineering company and an architectural firm. We're design professionals. We have 8 offices from Mobile to Houston, and so that's sort of a passion of mine architecturally, and art and architecture has just been a big part of my life. The very idea that you dream up something in your head and you collaborate with a wide variety of different people to ultimately walk them through the vision you had in your mind is a powerful thing to be able to do. And so we're really excited to continue to have the opportunity to do that with my partners and I. My military service, I was in the Army. I was 11 Bravo and 11 Mike. I was a Bradley commander, activated for Desert Storm, and I was proud to be a part of it. We were on our way over to Kuwait when this thing ended. So came back to Louisiana, and I was a drill instructor for a couple of sessions, training non-commissioned officers for a minute, and then back to school at LSU and architectural school. And so I've watched your program. You've had some powerful veterans on here with some amazing stories in their sacrifice. You know, our journeys are all a little bit different. I'm proud of my service, but it pales in comparison to some of what the service members have been a part of in your program. So, but I've been proud to be a part of it.
Well, I appreciate those final sentiments. I do. This is something that we run into regular. We appreciate the time and effort that you took to serve your community and your country. And we don't put a hierarchy on with rank, with deployment, with jobs. I mean, it's people get tied up in that. And now, don't get me wrong. When I hear Navy SEAL, I do go, ooh, that's kind of fun. I'll sit down and watch a TV show and read a book about it. When it comes to Marines and their birthday, I'm like, wow, who cares? It's one day. No one really cares about those guys. Go eat a Korean. No, just kidding, folks. That is coming up. So make sure you spend your 363 days of your Marine birthday in remembrance, because they will remind you about it, which is fun. Enjoy. Yeah, I love that they get out there and they do that. But thanks for being here, gentlemen. Kyle, let's run with one of your first songs. Give us a lead into you know the list, so let's roll.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we appreciate you allowing me to play a few songs here, and not knowing if you're just playing audio or the video that's attached to it as well. Not sure, but this song is Granddad's Shoes. And, I had a grandfather who was a chief petty officer on battleships, and he was in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And he was a remarkable man. His name was Lewis Moore. He was stationed in Pensacola at the Naval Air Station there. I would visit him in the summer times, and he was just a remarkable man. And the very idea of the power of what these remarkable citizens did during World War II, the sacrifice, the commitment, and that remarkable generation, it was just amazing. And the entire the concept of their children and grandchildren growing up as we all move through this crazy world that we live in, and what we retain, and how do we what do we take away from our grandparents, and just the very idea of, if I could just walk a mile in his shoes from the service that he provided, would be powerful. So just hats off to clearly anyone who has served, but to that remarkable generation that certainly fought during World War II. And this is hats off to Lewis Moore.
This is, and it goes with the band, but also Kyle Domingue with Granddad's shoes.
Single trumpet blows to mark this solemn day. We mourned his granddad's flag was offered by his grave. He loved Old Glory, and Glory loved him still. But the tears kept falling as the lawyers read his will. Family members' names were read off one by one. Got to my name, a proud teenage grandson. Well, he left me many things, especially the truth. The gift I cherished most was his old combat boots. So now I lay him down, I lay him down to sleep. God, I pray his loving hero so you keep. Before I should die, I have to spread this news. Now she'll miss his smile. Hope I can last 1 mile. Can't wait to walk in Granddad's shoes. Walk a mile in his shoes. Boots were running when the crowds were raining down. They swam in ice and mud in the trenches underground. He sat with broken souls just like those men above. Stood the test of time just like this man I love. So now we lay them down, we lay them down to sleep. God, I pray their loving heroes' souls will keep. Before we should die, we have to spread this news. We'll sure miss their smiles. Only hope we can last 1 mile. Can't wait to walk in Granddad's shoes. Walk a mile in their boots.
An old soldier never dies.
That was Cal Nemang in the band The Preserve, Granddad's Shoes. What an amazing tribute song, brother. That was a lot of stuff going. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It was especially wonderful that the drummer in the band, Chris Fiskus, all of the images you saw was his father. That was his B-17 bomber at the museum in Arizona, and his grandson actually walking through and pilfering through his Bible and actual memorabilia from his father. So it was really a powerful thing to be able to do with a dear friend, and to celebrate his dad that way with his son.
Did you guys get a chance in your life to rummage through like military artifacts of your family members?
Yeah.
And just being, I can vividly go back to digging through, you're not supposed to, but digging through the old man's little drawer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is cool. So what's the story? What is the story? And, not minimizing my father's service and everything, but he had some really cool stuff that I don't know the story about.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, to be able, you're sitting there guessing at a lot of those things, and to be able to, it's so important, especially with a lot of these World War II veterans passing, that we've been able to really provide venues for them to tell their stories, so everybody could truly know and understand the significance of the service and the history.
Absolutely, outstanding. Let's slip into our little news segment. Mr. DeMille, share with us what's in the news.
Well, first of all, I'd like to correct something that we said, I think the last time. I mistakenly said that October is Hispanic Heritage Month, and that's not actually correct. Hispanic Heritage Month goes for 31 days, but it starts on the 15th of September and goes through the 15th of October, which is something I had no idea. And the reason behind that, according to history.com, is there's so many Latin and Hispanic countries that celebrate their independence in September that it originally started being observed in September and was expanded to a month. Probably, I think it was like 30 years ago. And before that, it was 2 weeks or a week in September. So we want to make sure that we acknowledge all of the great people and veterans. The one that comes to mind right off the bat for me is someone that I had the pleasure of meeting, Master Sergeant Benavides, a Medal of Honor winner, and he came to the military academy and spoke to the Corps of Cadets after receiving his Medal of Honor from Ronald Reagan. And if anybody out there is not familiar with this man and the acts that he did to earn his Medal of Honor, they should really look up his citation, because as Ronald Reagan said, it's a great story, but they couldn't make a movie out of it because nobody would believe it. It's just amazing. And the next thing we have, I want to do an update on the Tomahawk missile situation with Ukraine. And it just so happens that the president met with the president of the Ukraine, and on Friday broke the news to him, unfortunately, that he would not be receiving the Tomahawk missiles that they had considered. I think it's more of a way to try to push the end of the war along, and by not giving him the Tomahawk missiles, it kind of gives an opening for him and Russia to come to an agreement on the ceasefire and eventual end of the war. And I didn't know this either. The Tomahawk missiles, some of them are capable of nuclear warheads. So as much as you don't want to understand the Russian view, you kind of have to take that into account. And when a Tomahawk missile would be fired at them, how do they know? So it probably turned out for the best, but we'll keep an update on that as well. The next story we have, it just so happens to be the issue in the Pentagon with the journalist. And this past Wednesday, as a group, there were 50 to 60 journalists who packed up all their stuff from the Pentagon and met at one of the exits and all walked out. So they weren't happy with the requirements that were being placed upon them. They thought it was too restrictive. I don't know why the situation came up or why the new plan was put into place. But we got to give them a nod of the head and clap of the hands for sticking by what they believe in and just boxing everything up and walking out. Hopefully they can fix this because the journalists play an important role inside the Pentagon. And the last one, and everybody knows that we've been working on stories that you just can't believe they're true. And we seem to be stuck in this rut with animal infestations. Today's no different. It was announced in North Dakota, of all places, that there's an infestation of ground squirrels. And these little buggers, they dig holes and run miles of tunnels. And it's getting to the point where they can't keep up with it. And this is in Minot, North Dakota, which is not a small town. I think it's inhabited. And there's people trying to deal with this problem that are incapacitating. I don't want to say kill, but that's what they're doing. 3,500 to 5,000 of these little guys on a monthly basis. They just can't get ahead of the power curve because they breed quickly and they're hard to find. And there's people who are opposing the eradication of them within the city and making it a little difficult for the folks to get rid of them. So that's our news for today. And if anybody has any suggestions for something they want to hear, just let me know, because I'm a wide open book when it comes to this stuff. I still got to make my hat that says press. I apologize. I'm tardy with that.
I may have seen or heard a little bit of the conversation about what promoted or suggested that the journalists leave. There is a new requirement that in the Pentagon area, they are required to submit their stories prior to being. I don't think it's a terrible idea. It's it should be the most secure building in our country, and it is about our national defense. So I don't think that's a terrible idea. But
no,
they feel like that is an infringement. Both sides of the aisle, folks, everyone.
Well, and I can tell you from working there that, they say that it's not like journalists are running around the Pentagon.
Sure.
Journalists were running around the Pentagon when I was there. And that's been a hot minute, but that did happen back when I was there. I retired in 2008. But at that time, everybody was trying to get a lead on a story, and it was less than a controlled environment.
Well, and I suppose, if we don't get the specifics of that space, I don't think there's no foul. And we'll hear it. The story will come outside the walls at some point. I mean, that's the truth. And so I don't know that it's a terrible thing that's happened.
No, but there are issues with not having journalists inside
Absolutely.
the building, and I'm kind of split on the whole thing. I think that they should be in the building, but I agree that there has to be a little more on the control side. And
it's a weird conversation. And I don't know what side of where my feet sit on the line, to be honest with you. But information is dangerous. The problem that we have in our world is that we have a lot of information that's not accurate information. We have a lot of information that is based on perception, and not everyone's perception is focused through the proper lenses. I'm not here to attack anyone's thoughts, ideas, beliefs, any of that piece, but sometimes when
everything is black and white, there doesn't seem to be any gray. So you have to pick a side. You're either with us or against us, and everything is biased, and it's really hard to know where to go.
Well, and trying to find stories and work with them to make them non-political isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be when I started doing this.
No doubt. Yeah.
Well, isn't it so interesting how the media spins the entire narrative for everything that we talk about and everything that happens in this country? So you really got to be careful how much time you spend just staring at the media. And, if you're not diversified in what you watch, you're going to have an interesting perception, because if you're all Fox News, I'm not going to say any political comments, but I'll say you'll be one way. If you're all NBC or CNBC or whatever the case, you'll be another way. And if you're, so you got to be really careful with how you watch the news and how much time you spend doing it, because it'll make you go crazy a little bit. I have a good friend of mine who's a perfect example of that, but I'm not going to talk about it.
No, you're totally good. And I'll even on the side that I promote, I get tired of listening to their banter, their stuff, and they don't get it right all the time either. And it's like, you know what? It's here, the Green Bay Packers, which I know nobody likes, and the Minnesota Vikings, which I know everybody likes. They're both telling a story, and it's, what do you like, cheddar or Colby? And everyone knows we all eat cheddar. That's the rule. But Adam Berg, good to see you, brother. The guy that runs the Heroes Media Group, it's always great to see you, brother.
Bears.
I got a really important Adam Berg.
Sorry, buddy.
No, that's not true.
Sorry.
I got a really important news.
As long as nobody shows up from the Dallas Cowboys, I'll be good.
Right.
Fair enough.
Right.
Yeah. Poor Dak. I wish he'd find a home that he could figure it out. I do like Dak, but yeah. By chance, it was closer to the holiday season. And maybe someone walked into your space with a candy bag full of the night's procurements. What items would you take from the bag, knowing or unknowing, to take care of your personal needs? Kyle, we're going to throw you under the bus. You're first.
I'll grab all the apples with the razor blades in it first.
What?
Just to protect everyone, and then I'll take
that's
Snickers.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd leave those right where they are.
Well, we don't want those children grabbing those razor blades, right? But the Snickers, they're going.
The Snickers are out of there?
Yes, sir.
Eichmann, what are you grabbing?
Butterfingers.
Butterfingers. JJ Hardy.
Well, I'm not sure what is in your typical family basket of goodies, but I will say that in mine, when I go to a gathering with my family, my grandmother makes this hopscotch. It has marshmallows, peanut butter, and they have those little Asian noodles in there. And I'm not sure what else she puts in there, but I could eat about 50 of those in one sitting. I'll grab those.
Interesting.
I have an aunt. Maybe that's an Iowa thing. I have an aunt that makes those too. I didn't even
Okay.
know what they were called, but they're so yummy.
Oh yeah, that
Mhm.
yeah.
I've never heard of them.
Oh gosh,
I'm gonna
you
have
know
to
what?
look this
It's worth a shot. Look up a recipe for it. Make it. You'll promise yourself you'll never make it again because
Oh,
you'll
I
eat
don't
way
need
too much
another-
of it all in one sitting.
Oh, so good. Mm.
Frank, what are you grabbing, brother?
I'll take the can of sardines.
Oh,
That's an interesting selection for a Christmas
Lordy.
You
basket.
can't tell me that nobody passes out sardines. Come on now.
no.
Okay, so I'll make a confession. There are a few kids that go through my door that do get a can of corn or peas just because I think it's funny. And so it's even funny when you got the little kid that's holding the bag and you drop the can of corn and it makes their bag hit the ground, and then I laugh and I'm like, hey, you can have a couple pieces. I don't know where this came from. It just, there's like some sitting around my desk.
Oh my gosh, I just found those too.
But what's happened? I don't understand what this is. This has got to be shrink inflation. What is this tiny little morsel? I mean, this is the Reese's bat. It looks like a Reese's mosquito. And in fact, that's what I'm going to call it. The Reese's mosquitoes. My kids weren't allowed to eat. I think they had peanut allergies, so they weren't allowed to have Reese's peanut butter cups. I diagnosed them with the peanut allergy.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Smart.
Yeah.
No wonder your kids are damaged. Oh my goodness.
Very smart.
Totally
Do
joking.
your kids
None
eat?
of that's real.
Do your kids eat fried chicken gizzards?
I do.
Well, your kids.
Oh yeah.
If they eat fried chicken gizzards, they shouldn't be allergic to anything.
We won't have confession time right now, but they will eat them. Yeah, they'll eat them.
There you go.
They
That's a good
one
parent.
of their favorite breakfasts, because I always do a birthday breakfast for them. One of their favorite breakfasts was always like a ribeye and fried chicken livers, and that's something that they love. I know that's not a gizzard, but that's
No,
we're not
that's
against
far-
eating the offal.
That's a far stretch from a gizzard, buddy.
It's on the other end of the bird, right?
No, not really.
JJ Hardy, tell us what you really do, brother.
Tell you what I really do. Well, I just, as far as for a living is concerned, I just like to help people win. So I tell everybody I'm a leadership coach because I prefer to do that, but I also do a lot of consulting projects. I help people grow their businesses. I volunteer at a nonprofit over here called the Veterans Liberty Center. And that's a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, for anybody who might be listening in my audience, it'll be in Iowa next month on the 28th. We're doing a pancake breakfast. So if you know where the Veterans Liberty Center is, you want to do a pancake breakfast, do that. But otherwise, it's just all about, making people win. I have a podcast called Speak Up, Show Up, Lead. I brought that up earlier. That one, I like to bring guests on we'll have leadership conversations. If they're a veteran who has transitioned and they've had some success after their transition, I love for people to share their story there because us as veterans, that transition process is not typically a super easy one, especially if you're a combat vet. So I enjoy doing that. And there's been a lot of great business and success conversations that have taken place just on the vet side there. But I spend a lot of my time doing that. And then I write every once in a while. I have 3 published things, but so Speak Up, Show Up, Lead is my story. So, I mean, anything else that you want to know, just ask. I don't really enjoy talking too much about me, but I'll do it if you ask me a specific question.
This is your show tonight, buddy. This is you to promote your world. So we'll dig it out of you. We'll get it out of you.
Okay.
I got the link to your YouTube podcast up there right now, making sure that we get there. And again, we appreciate that you also shout out other organizations that are boots on the ground getting the job done. There is only one way to get this job done, and that is to collaborate. Now, it is a super frustrating piece for the People's Patriot Project when we find an organization or someone that doesn't A, match the effort, B, do the job they say they're going to do, or C, do something else that has nothing to do with what they say their mission is about. And we have roughly 86,000 organizations in this country. I personally, there's no data where there's a check. We're trying to get that piece kind of done, but I wouldn't say we're a smaller organization, and we're not a policing organization, but at the same time, we have to cut the fluff, brothers and sisters, because if we don't, we're going to keep these waters muddied, and our veterans and our first responders are not going to find the resources they need to accommodate what they need at that moment. And we run into it all the time, but it breaks my heart sometimes to turn my back on an organization or people that aren't doing the job that they say they're getting done. And the other part is I'm not a mudslinger. So, and that's the part that of cutting the fluff we struggle with, because it's really hard to hold someone accountable who's not doing the job when you're not putting the word out there. But what I don't want is the mudslinging thing. We see that in our politics. We see that, and I'm like, the second you throw something, someone else is going to throw something back. And so I don't have a solution for that. And I'm throwing you under the bus at this point. Do you have a solution for that, JJ?
I kind of do. When that's why I like coaching so much. Actually, is because a lot of people will come to me and say they are trying to look for a solution. They're having a hard time, getting the influence of their team, and it doesn't seem like they ever do the things that they ask them to do, and this and that and the other thing. Business wise, I don't know how to hold that accountability unless you can gather a group of people together that can give you reviews based off of companies. And that's kind of hard because there's a fine line there, right? You don't want to talk bad about a company, but you don't want to talk overly only good things about a company. But when I coach people, I always try to make sure I ask them, what is your intent here? Because I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions as a coach to get you moving in a specific direction. And if you don't actually have motivation to move in that direction, it's going to become very clear, because every time we talk to each other, you're going to be in the same place you were when we started. And I am big on integrity. I am big on ownership, and I'm also big on action. And if you aren't the type of person who's willing to, look at yourself in the mirror and push yourself forward in a specific direction, then I will end my time with you as a client, because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for action-oriented people. And if you're stuck and you say you want to be unstuck, well, then you've come to the right place if you're willing to do something about it. But if you're not, I might end our time and say, I'd be happy to help you later on when you have a change of perspective. But otherwise, it's really, really hard to be a coach on the other side of a call, or even locally here, and have people that haw around. So I understand what you're saying. It's really, really hard to cut through that, but sometimes you don't know until you try them out. So as far as companies are concerned, if you're trying to filter through that, give them a shot. I mean, my goodness, if business is all about resonating with one another, you don't actually do business with the business. You do business with whoever sells you on what they're selling. So at the end of the day, if you like the person, you don't seem like you rub each other the wrong way, and they have a product that you need or a service that you need, give them a shot. If they screw you over, likely you're not going to do that business with them again or buy their product ever again.
Completely with you on that. There is the one piece that I struggle with, and some of our veterans and first responders aren't shopping. They need help. They need resources. They need stuff right now. And for them to call a number that doesn't call back, for them to submit a form to an organization that doesn't follow through, for them to send an email or to go to a website, they're already, so our men and women who are running at crisis, because I can tell you the mindset of the majority of veterans on first responder. The majority of them that fall into a space are thinking, I can get through this. I've got it. I can do it. I don't need to tell my battles about it. I don't need to tell my spouse about it. Don't need to tell my colleagues about it. I can get through this on my own because I'm strong. I've been trained. I know all these things. That's the mindset of the majority of our veterans. But the problem is they get backed into a corner with stuff. And there's a layer of stuff on and layer and stuff and a layer 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 and a layer. And now they're at a spot where I need help. And they reach out and they get crickets, or they reach out and the resource that they need at that moment isn't available. And they reach out and they filter through organization after organization after organization. Where do we get the help? How can I take care? And some of it's basic stuff. I don't care if you're a veteran or not anywhere in our country, that we should not have anyone that has food insecurity. There should be no one in our country that is missing a meal unless it's by choice. That's my opinion. I also believe there should be no one in our country that is homeless by choice. I don't know if I said that right. If you're choosing to be homeless, that's one thing. If you need a place to lay your head, I don't care. I think that is something that should be covered in our country, in our community, and especially. And you can get into this battle all day long. It's not about immigration. It's not. Anyone that has served their country should have a place to lay their head. That's my opinion. They've spent plenty of time with their head out in the dirt.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
So, no, we got a little sensitive there, didn't we? That's okay. When I say we, I mean me.
I think that's allowed.
Kyle, tell us about what you guys are working on right now. What are you getting done, brother?
With the music stuff?
Whatever you want to talk about, man. This is your show.
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah. So Voodoo Bayou is working on a new album. It's been a minute since we've recorded. We're really excited to finally be back in the woodshed and working on some new material, and we're hoping to get that wrapped up at the end of Q1 and maybe in the summertime have a new some new material out there. We're really excited, I think, about getting back on the festival circuit. We love the opportunity at family fun events where they promote original music is sort of our deal. So that's been a passion for a long time. I'm writing and recording acoustic songs all the time. I've got a publisher in LA where we're just trying to send some things out to try to make it onto libraries for movies and those types of things. So again, as a weekend warrior with the music stuff, it's just fun dabbling with those kinds of things. And my friends back in Phoenix, Arizona with the Preserve, we get together from time to time and we'll send music their way. And every now and again we'll get a gem that will pop out. So it's just a lot of fun being able to express through the music, things that you're processing. And, you were just talking about, it was a very powerful thing that you said there, especially when people are going through very difficult times. And I'm really excited to play the next song for you guys when we get to that moment in time. It was really taking a stab at, for all of us when we get down and who do we turn to? And when we're at our lowest, I love these songs that really sort of promote, that are very abstract. You can plug and play into the song that you're listening to. If you're looking for someone to help you in more of a spiritual way, I like to make certain that the song allows you to be able to feel that. Or if it's an individual person in your life that is uplifting and is there at the right moment to give you the information that you need, are some of these organizations. It's sad to hear you say that there are these organizations under the guise of helping veterans that maybe are not in it for the right reason and maybe taking advantage of taxes or whatever they're doing. I don't really know, and not really there because they should be there for the heart of it and to be able to provide what these remarkable soldiers and sailors need as a result of the things that they have seen and that drive PTSD and just really down and trying to pull through those things. And they need a savior. They need someone that is going to be able to, reach out a hand and say, we're here for you and you're not alone. And let's give you the resources that you need. I completely agree with you, Mark, on the veterans and the food and a place to stay. There's no reason for it. We have plenty of resources and plenty of passionate people in this country that want to make a difference.
Absolutely. There's kind of a little box. It's about this tall that I want to step on real quick and then go down that path. But we'll leave it alone for now and talk about it maybe at another time. What is Rescue Me or Southern Style? What do you want to go with, brother?
Yeah, Rescue Me, I think would be great. And that's the idea that I was just sort of mentioning with Rescue Me, someone that is there to reach out a hand for you. I was really excited that an organization called Special Ops Survivors adopted the song Rescue Me that Voodoo Bayou recorded. And it was sort of a theme song for them as they were dealing with widows and family members of just lost dad and just trying to find resources for these guys and just really down and out and trying to find their way. And we were proud and honored that Special Ops Survivors chose this song as their theme. And so, for anybody out there listening, for anyone who is going through some very difficult times and as a result of the trauma in your life, just know that there are people out there that love you, people out here on this organization with resources that would love to share with you to help. We are here for you. So reach out and let somebody know that you're struggling and you're suffering. I know you're strong. I know that you've been through some difficult times and think you have the training, but we all need someone to help us.
This is the Voodoo Band, Rescue Me.
Looking up from the bottom of a glass, can't drink enough to erase my recent past. Travel down that road of no return. Now I'm lying here with 1,000 bridges burned. Lord, I'm asking you to help me change. Well, you rescued me from that deep and dark place, sailing rocky seas, and you're my saving grace. Lord, I know that I'm a sinner, but trusting you makes me a winner. And I thank you for the gift of being free. Yeah, you rescued me. Well, I'm down and out, feeling lost and all alone. It's a changing world, and now everybody's gone. Emptiness, which no one can compare.
That is
Thank you.
Voodoo Bayou Band with Kyle DeMang with Rescue Me. What's it like to hear your music? Sorry, I don't know all the details. Have you heard your music on the radio before?
Have I heard my music on the radio before?
Yeah.
I have, and it is exhilarating. It's really a wonderful feeling and experience on the radio for more people to be able to listen to something that you dreamt up, much like Frank as an author that would publish things then people would read and love and enjoy, and the same with JJ, and to feel as though you've done something that someone may enjoy or may appreciate is a wonderful feeling.
And so, just so everyone knows, Mr. DeMang and both his bands, The Preserve and Voodoo Bayou Band, is on WP3 Radio. We are the largest conglomerate of veteran and first responder music content. If you go to our station, you will hear only veterans and first responders. We have over 200 musicians, bands across the country on WP3 Radio. We're very, very excited about the work that's gone into that space. And the thing is, I keep finding, when we built this, I had no clue. This is about Kyle tonight, folks. I had no clue how many veteran and first responder musicians there were out there. But you get into it, you got Elvis, you've got, who's our rap artist one right now? I can't think of his name. I'm losing my mind.
Topher.
Well, there's that Topher, but then there's also, I'll get it all
Theory?
done.
Is it Theory?
Yeah.
Well, we got Theory too, Ryan Theory. We've had him. No, a mainstream. He's got a deep voice. He's a rapper. I'm doing it. I got too many screens going on right now, and I'm actually working on something, so I don't want to switch it right now because
you're doing great with the multitasking, brother. You're doing great.
Well, I appreciate that. I need to train a couple more monkeys to do this. Is what I need to do, and then I can.
No doubt.
You're not thinking like
Oh, you're gonna make me do it.
like Shaggy?
Thank you, Shaggy. Shaggy's a veteran. Thank you, Andrew.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either. That's wonderful. Yeah, and it is a great venue in the very idea of these guys that are, have poured their hearts out there for the music that they've written and they've served. I think that's powerful.
But we're excited. It's heartbreaking to know that we were in Voodoo Bayou Band's backyard at on our last event in
Thibodeau.
Actually, we were in Homa because
great. Okay.
It was in Nichols or at Nichols University, and again, an amazing event put on by Jonathan Crochet and those folks down there.
You were down here in the swamp, weren't you?
We was down there, and I kind of want to make it my space. I kind of want to just be there. I think it's my lifestyle. I really do.
He likes
and
the
again,
we'd love to have you back.
We had. Do you know Blake Laquette?
I don't know Blake. No.
Okay, veteran musician down there in the space. Stephen John. He wasn't at that particular event, but another Bayou brother that we love. Josh Garrett.
Josh Garrett. Yeah, I was about to say. So Josh and I were in the same unit. Yeah.
Oh, you were? That's crazy. We had Josh at the event. So that's.
Josh is a good friend. Very, very talented. Yes.
Great. And again, this is how we build and grow and get our stuff done. And so we appreciate you. I have not, that's, it's tough to be honest. But I'll be honest. No, I know I say dumb stuff, JJ. That's, it's tough to be honest when you're trying to build something sometimes. And it's like, we love every single musician that comes through our door, but some are just better. And I think I could have you on my playlist on the regular, Kyle.
Wow. Well, that's
yeah,
very kind of you.
It's easy listening. I was going to comment on your first song, and I never quite get this. I kind of laugh and chuckle. I like watching the reality music shows. I like watching them because I like watching the rags to riches. And granted, it's not always rags to riches. There are people that are in the industry that they just they need the nudge. Great, good, get it, whatever. Sure. But there's some rags to riches in there. But when the judges make the statement, you need to feel the song. You need to emotionally engage. The first song, and we didn't get to see a video, you can see your engagement in that song. And it is, you're selling it, brother. It's
wonderful.
Got all the feels. And so I don't know that I see that coming from some of our musicians that say that they're mainstay and they're out there doing their thing, making their billions and millions and jillions. But I believe that song. And I appreciate all the work you put into it.
Well, that makes all the difference in the world. I appreciate your kind words. I completely agree that if you're going to do something that's worthwhile, it's worth doing 110%. And if you're going to try to present it and deliver it, you really want to try to give it justice and do it with passion and with intention, because if it shows that you believe it, if you're trying to sell it to others to believe it. And so that is a tremendous compliment. And I thank you for that, sir.
Well, it's not only that, but the music, the words, the tone, the way that you sing it all comes together very well. I felt the music as well. I thought it was great, Kyle.
Thank you. Wow.
Both songs.
Very, very kind. Thank you. Humble.
You got a different personality too. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't stumble on the people regularly that have the soft-spoken, genuine tone and attitude to you. And so it's been absolute. JJ's been a hard ass the entire time, and it's been working with him. But
JJ, he's giving you a rough time, bro.
Hey, you know what? I'm a former warrant officer. You can call me anything but late for dinner, but don't ever screw with my coffee. How about that?
Yeah, warrant officers. Yeah, I've got a couple of those in my life.
And I was just a dumb grunt, man. I'll do anything, whatever, man.
No, you've got a demeanor
Modesty.
about you, and I appreciate it.
Yeah,
you guys are great. Thank y'all. Very kind.
JJ, what's next on? What's the next big thing for JJ?
Well, the next big thing for me is, I'm really pushing to grow my podcast. I'm going to be releasing another book. It's about resilience. It's how to build resilience. I believe that it's important to work towards, getting ourselves ready for that next thing. If the hard things come along and we're not ready for it, I think there's ways that we can lean into the hard stuff before then, so that when the real tough stuff comes, it's not really a big deal. But that's what that book's about. Now that's going to be coming out here in the next 3 or 4 months. I'm in the stages of doing all the edits for that one right now. But that'll be coming here pretty soon. And in addition to that, the Veterans Liberty Center that I'm on the board for in Iowa City, Iowa, we are doing a lot of great things. That pancake breakfast I mentioned earlier is really the first big thing that's happened over there in the past few years. And so we're looking to do a lot of community partnerships, and the mission for that organization is to help exactly what you were talking about earlier, homeless veterans and veterans who suffer from PTSD. They come in there and it's kind of a safe haven for them. So those guys that are still homeless, that either they maybe got a negative discharge from the military and they can't get help very easily from the VA. It's not that they can't get help. It's very easily from the VA. They can shower there. They can do laundry there. They can fill out job applications there to go out and get interviews for jobs and potentially even reach out to the network to get transportation to get them to that job interview and all that stuff. But also there are support groups there. So people that are struggling that would like to get in front of a group of people, they have group to talk to. And they haven't been real popular in the community. The building's starting to get run down, and we've been cleaning that place up, getting it ready. And with that pancake breakfast next month is going to be kind of a really big deal, because it's going to be our way of saying we've made this place something different. Everybody come and see it. And after that, all doors are going to open up, because we've been talking to a lot of people about doing some collaboration. So those are the two next big things. And the other one's not necessarily me, but as a guy who likes to help veterans and a veteran myself, I really feel like that's the biggest one. I can write books, I can coach people, I can do things, but if I'm not out there doing the important stuff, taking care of those who may not have the ability to get that help, then what are we really doing?
And again, this is an impromptu question, so you didn't have time to prepare for this one. How do we get that 86,000 organizations to come to one table? And that's not a realistic expectation. But how do we get us all? I mean, you're in Iowa, we're in Minnesota. How do we get all to the table to have these real conversations, to have the real growth of focusing on? And again, people ask, why don't you specialize? Not interested in specializing, because if we're specializing, we're only getting, for example, PTSD. There's military sexual trauma, alcoholism, drug addiction, homelessness. I mean, there's a plethora of need and desire. I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, I lost my thought for a second. So how do we? I don't want to specialize, and we need to have one hub conduit. Someone asked, why do you got your 6? You should change it to you got your 360. And that's not right. I've actually struggled with that thought, only because it is. We want to be all inclusive. We want to, we do got a plan, but I mean, I want to invite people into that conversation and be part of that conversation. And usually we wait till the end of the show and have a collaboration conversation, but I mean, we're going to invite you to that conversation, JJ. Not that we don't know everything. I'll be the first to say that. Because we're inviting you to our party doesn't mean it's the best party. It just means it's a place where we can get together and have a conversation. And so I am because we are a beacon. It's an oxymoron. You're going to see the stupid green everywhere. I hope to get the beacon out there, but it's a moniker to say, hey, look, I got your attention. Let's grow. Let's do something. Anyway, it's not about us. It's about you. You got any thoughts around that parameter?
I do. I think that you're right. There is no such thing as a best organization. I mean, the VA might think they're the best, but then the DAV is also the best. And everyone is kind of, they hope, especially when we're helping people like this, they really hope to just be able to do their part. And I agree, collaboration is important. So, as many as these organizations, even if they're only small, local, laser targeted organizations, we should all be coming to the table, because I think what the bigger organization, or the bigger nationwide struggle that we have, that is a lack of focus, a lack of the veterans' voice. And there aren't enough organizations coming together nationally to talk about what we all know what's happening locally, but what's happening nationally. The DAV does a good job advocating for stuff. Wounded Warriors does a great job advocating for stuff. Locally, I would hope that we are all trying in some sort of way to do our small part in advocating for things locally, and helping, even just one person a year is a big deal. But, where are we coming together as a collective to have these conversations so that we can push them to people like the DAV or the Wounded Warriors? Because otherwise they're just talking to the same people that they're always talking to. So the small local organizations need to be coming to that conversation. And I would think that if enough of us that have these nonprofits that are trying to do this great work could get on a quarterly or a monthly or a biannual or twice a year call or whatever the case may be to talk about this stuff. I know there's another organization, and I can't remember what his name is, but he's putting out surveys to get the veterans' voice out there. He was on my podcast. I need to get his. But we just all need to be coming together to talk about this as a collective with the main issues that we're seeing locally, but then our opinion to talk about these things needs to happen.
It does. We'll get there. We will get there.
We all we're all in our bubble fixing our stuff locally, but we need to get out of that bubble and fix things nationally.
Let's plug your book one more time, brother.
Sure. Speak Up, Show Up, Lead. It's my story of grit, growth, and leadership from the ground up. Basically, I started off as a young man that suffered from abuse. I was homeless as a teenager, and then I went into the military and learned a lot there. That was actually the first place that I felt I belonged, was in the U.S. Army, and it's because people were awesome, and they actually cared about me, is what I felt like. But then also, I transitioned, had a successful time with that. It was rocky, but I talked a little bit about that, and then also to business ownership. So that's just like my podcast. It's to let everybody know that anyone can, from any background, can do anything. And if you feel like you're that person who is struggling at the bottom, hopefully reading that book, listening to my podcast, having a conversation with somebody who's me or like me, or Mark, it sounds like you're pretty passionate about it too, can give you the encouragement to take whatever step you need to move forward in your life.
We'll get the link up. We'll get the link up to Mr. Hardy's book here, and just awesome having you on, brother.
Thank you.
We appreciate the work that you're doing. And what you're always welcome into our space. And it's really tough working with the podcasters, only in the fact that they all have a vision, they all have a passion. We love working with them. You named them, we've worked with them and had a conversation with them. We're all trying to do the same thing. We've got a great brother who's doing a show right at the same time as us, Willis.
I know if I wasn't with you, I was gonna co-host. He was looking for a co-host earlier.
Oh yeah, Willis.
Honestly, look, we could co-host it all together. Wouldn't that be weird?
That would be cool.
What?
Well, he does that. I mean, he does that too. I mean, it just.
Oh, he comes on a lot of times after. Yeah.
He's part of the Heroes Media Group as well, and that's conversation. It's yeah. We got Cranier's wives working with us. They used to do a podcast during our time. They were nice enough to switch out nights, and we appreciate all the hard work they do. But again, it's not a piece that gets us butt hurt, because it's a different lure that catches a different fish. I mean, some people want saugers, some people want walleyes, some people want bullheads. I eat bullheads. You guys eat bullheads? I eat bullheads. Yes. Andrea's raising her nose. Andrea, what kind of fish do you eat?
Walleye.
She eats the little goldfish that come out of a bag that you put in and eat crackers and tastes like cheddar.
Well, guys, I'm Cajun, and we eat practically anything. If you marinate it long enough, it'll be just fine.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Gosh. You know,
and one crawfish. I ate one crawfish.
I don't have any of those fish down here, by the way, but we're redfish and speckled trout kind of thing mostly, unless it's offshore stuff. And whatnot.
You know, when I was still on active duty, and we used to do some stuff from Fort Polk and redeploy their equipment back to Hawaii. I used to go down to Beaumont. Yeah. And I can't remember the name of the place for the life of me, but they made an awesome catfish etouffee.
Yeah.
And you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. And boy, I tell you, every time anybody mentions Fort Polk, most of us go,
Kyle, are you a traditional boudin aficionado, or do you kick the livers out of it?
Yeah, I'm traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. No doubt about it.
I don't know what it is about boudin, but the casing always like stays intact. I don't get it, because like you put in another sausage in there, you can bite it, chew it, eat it. Boudin, for whatever reason, you get I'm choking on it. I'm like trying to get it all out.
Yeah, it's a process, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and me and Jonathan, I came home, I said, because I make everything from scratch. I'm like, I'm going to make me some boudin.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And I made like 152 yards of this stuff. And I'm like, about a week into eating this boudin, which I loved it at the beginning. It made my house smell a little weird. You probably cook it outside. That's why they're down south. Probably cook it outside. That's a good idea.
If you want to stay married, yeah.
I'm like, Jonathan, I like this boudin idea, but it's not the main course, is it? He goes, oh no, it's not the main course. You get one or two links and people just take a couple and put it on crackers. I'm eating this as a meal.
Yeah.
The fact that you bought it at a gas station and liked it didn't tell you something.
That's a thing too. I mean, it's so funny down here. All the gas stations are trying to, fighting for everybody. I got the best boudin. We got the best boudin. And you grab you a couple of links of boudin, you pull up at a drive-through daiquiri shop, and you're good to go, man. I mean,
I love it.
But there's boudin imposters. If you're not using the liver and you're doing like a brisket boudin, that's a brisket sausage, folks. It's not a boudin, okay? Just because you throw rice in there, if there ain't no liver in there, it's not a boudin. I'm just saying.
That's exactly right.
Right.
It's the same thing for Christmas and Thanksgiving when Grandma comes over, and always looking for you're looking for the brown rice or the dirty rice that doesn't have the gizzards in it. And some of the younger kids that can't stand the gizzards, and the gizzard dirty rice goes quick, man.
Frank, do you like boudin?
Sure. I'm from Chicago. You can put anything in front of me. I grew up on the south side. We caught fish in the Cal-Sag Harbor, and you didn't have to marinate. They were already in oil.
Frank, you grew up in Chicago. Are you a Merlot drinker?
No, I'm a Mad Dog 2020 drinker.
Nice. Go ahead, Frank.
My first time I came home from basic training, a buddy of mine, we went out to eat pizza, and we had a 6-pack of Schlitz and a bottle of Mad Dog apiece.
You're kind of
living
yourself with this conversation.
It was nasty. It was snowing and ice and everything, and a lady got stuck going up a hill, getting out of a strip mall, and not that kind, a bunch of stores. So she got stuck, and my buddy and I, we were about 5 sheets to the wind, and we decided we were going to push her. So here are these two drunk kids trying to push a car up an ice hill, and I forgot to move my feet. And so I was pushing the car, then I just fell down. And I was laughing my rear end off, and thank God the car didn't roll back on me.
So has anyone on this screen tried Jepson's Merlot? M-A-L-O-R-T. It's
Malort.
a liqueur.
Yeah.
Malort. Have you tried it?
Yeah. That's not Merlot, man.
Delicious.
If you had said Malort, I would have known what you're talking about.
It's
not delicious. No.
You drink it and you say, may I have another? That's what you do.
Nope. No.
I think we should do that. You can't consume on a live show. That's weird. We will lie. We'll lie.
That stuff will clear your.
We'll make sure all of our guests have one, and we'll do it. And
pretend like we're doing shots of it.
We'll call it apple cider, but we'll say
apple cider.
Apple cider. May I have another? It's delicious stuff.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
You're making that up. That's like the
no,
joke.
He's not.
Thing.
I've also been doing a little research. They say that the serving size for my little Minnesota mosquitoes now is two of them.
That's a joke.
have two.
Who can just eat two?
what
That's just not going to happen.
It's not.
That's unnecessary.
No, they're like glazed potato chips. Like, you
Right.
can't eat just two.
That is not reasonable at all.
Kyle, what's next for your man? What's going to happen, guys?
Yeah, the band, we're working on a new album and really excited about that. And our company, the company I own is DDG. We're corporate offices in Thibodaux, and we have 8 offices from Houston to Mobile. And we're civil engineers and architects and landscape architects. We're coastal engineers, structural engineers. We have surveying group, so it's sort of it's a very unique blend, a multidisciplinary group, but we're really engaged down in Louisiana with Make-A-Wish Foundation. We actually started the Louisiana Builders of Hope program, where we have a range of unfortunately, these just beautiful, terminally ill children that have a wish. So Make-A-Wish has a group of people. If a child has a wish to go to Disney World, there's a Disney team, right? But if they're in Louisiana and they have a wish for something special that we can affect as architects or designers, and in collaboration with construction partners, we such as baseball fields or adaptive playgrounds or tree houses or playhouses in the backyard, we get together and do those types of things. And so we typically adopt 5 to 7 children a year, and so we're ramping up to do our 2026 and want to continue to help those folks. So we're really excited about that project, as well as we work with Start Corp architecturally. We're trying to help where we can. With Start Corp helps veterans and homeless people to try to find housing and those types of things. So a lot of the things that we have been chatting about, DDG has been really passionate about it. And so I'm really thankful to my partners, Matt Newchurch and Kanan LeBlanc and Tommy Buckle, for allowing us to continue to do all of these types of passion projects that really hopefully help make a difference, like JJ was talking about. And musically, we just want to continue to put some good product out there, and get that music in front of a family-friendly group of people at festivals in 2026, and have some fun on the weekend. So,
I love it.
That's awesome.
Go ahead.
Is that what Raquel and Dudley work was? The group you'd Start Corp? Is that what you said, Kyle?
Start Corp, yeah, in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Yes, yeah. There's this powerful group, nonprofit, and they're doing some powerful things. And so we've had an opportunity to work with them in the past, and so we're hoping to do more work to help those folks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been great. And companies grow, and I'm just most excited about the people that come on board here. That I think they see DDG, they see our mission, they see our culture, and we seem to really be attracting just these wonderful young professionals that see it, they get it, they're passionate, and they have a lot of the core values that our company is focused on. And they're coming and adding to our culture. It's just really been exciting. We bought Walk-On's corporate headquarters just off of LSU's campus, and our tailgate for the Tiger games is just epic. We have been having a ball. So
Fun.
Oh man, my brain is going a billion miles an hour right now.
Yeah, you got to come down, brother. You got to come to the tailgate and come have a good time with us. I mean, it's not too many offices. You have a Walk-On's bar and a basketball court in the middle of the office, but it's
Gosh, now you got me looking up the LSU schedule. Jeez, they don't ever play the Gophers, the mighty Gophers slaying.
Yeah. No, so it's really been great.
Well, the nice thing is I could do a later game in the season down there and I still won't get cold, unlike here in Minnesota.
You'll be in good shape. You'll be in good shape here.
Like, I don't want to do the Monday night football game for the Minnesota Packers last game of the year because I don't want to be in the cold.
It's indoors. So
it's an indoor stadium, but you got a tailgate and that's outside. You can't go.
Yeah, you got a tailgate, man.
Right.
Oh, you're funny.
You go all in, man. Go all in.
I was
How
going
about a
to
lead
say,
in into this last
Hey,
song?
JJ.
where's your sense of commitment if you're a football fan? That's
Get
what
it
they
done.
do, right?
You're in Iowa. You know, yeah.
Indoors.
There's a commitment to cold, but there's also dumb. I mean, I'll go ice fishing all day long.
Yeah, like those guys that go shirtless and paint themselves up for a game when it's negative 10 degrees outside.
And then
a little bit of antifreeze, and I'll have a little antifreeze in me too, but that goes a little too far.
Yeah, I don't think there's an antifreeze that has a rating for that.
Yeah. My nipples get too hard. I don't want to have to.
Great. Now I gotta cut that. Jeepers, kid.
No. There's
Dang it.
nothing wrong about nipples.
We have one podcast program that needs clean version every week.
We don't.
Every
Nipples
time
is
you
fine.
cut
We
it
just-
down, you lose the
We're gonna name the
spot.
show nipples.
You're gonna know you're not. You don't need this.
You can milk
Try
anything.
running a half marathon. Ouch.
You can milk anything with nipples, Greg.
Frank, you got to wear Band-Aids on your nipples when you're running.
Now you put this goop on there, and then when you get done, your shirt looks like it's got something on it.
Look, since you were editing already, I figured we might as well just throw it in there.
Yeah, we're none
There's
of this.
more. I
Is
know there's more.
Show's called Nipple.
Encourageable.
They got
Did
what
you
they
see
call
my
body glide.
It's a great, did you see my nipples? And then people are like, oh, let's go look at that show. And I mean,
It's the
I'm
nipple
calling
show.
it. I'll just do
JJ saying
nipples.
no.
This is the nipple episode.
Okay, I'm putting that.
All right, I'll
Be
get
sure not to have a little bit of fun, guys. I mean,
That's
you know,
right.
laughter and comedy is medicinal. You need it. You'll go crazy
Amen.
without it.
Yes.
Kyle, lead us into this last song.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and thank y'all again for having me. I'll play Southern Style is the title track from Voodoo Bayou's last album, and I chose it because one of my dear high school buddies, David Falgout, was on a battleship in the Navy in Desert Storm. He was also he was a diver. He was a firefighter, first responder. He was the kind of guy that just loved life, had a zest for life, and he did everything 110%. But unfortunately, as a result of some of the things that he's done and experienced, he took his life. And this song, when we recorded it, I remember talking to him one day and chatted with him about the album when it came out. He was the guy that I've always loved music, but in high school, he turned me on to really eclectic music that I would never have been exposed to had it not been for David Falgout. And so I in memory of him as a Navy vet and as a first responder and someone who really loved this song, I wanted to sort of put it out there. And thanks to my brother Eric Domingue for his powerful service in Desert Storm as an M1 Abrams tanker, and my wife Melissa Domingue was an air traffic controller in the Navy, and all of my family members, Buddy Domingue and my father Richard, and it's wonderful to be a part of a family of folks who have served. And so down here in the South, this song Southern Style goes out to each and every one of those folks.
This is Kyle Domingue with the Voodoo Bayou Band, Southern Style.
I hope I make Austin by the morning. I'm pushing for Lake Charles by noontime. I'm driving toward New Orleans where my baby's drinking whiskey riverside. my baby close in the pale lamp light, 'cause it's been such a long time. The French Quarter and a bottle of wine, listen to the music with her by my side. Lord, I love to see my baby smile. She's living Southern style, living Southern style. I can hear that diesel revving. I sure hope the law won't slow me down. Girl, I can smell your Cajun cooking, taste the hurricane downtown. Tonight's gonna be alright. I'm gonna hold my baby close in the pale lamp light, 'cause it's been such a long time. The French Quarter and a bottle of wine, listen to the music with her by my side. Lord, I love to see my baby smile. She's living Southern style, living Southern style. Big easy lady, don't you worry, I'm on time. Southern baby, daddy's got you on his mind. I'm doing 80 and I'm convinced that I will find you and I in paradise. Tonight's gonna be alright. I'm gonna hold my baby close in the pale lamp light, 'cause it's been such a long time. The French Quarter and a bottle of wine, listen to the music with her by my side. Lord, I love to see my baby smile. And I'm driving, getting closer all the while. I'm thinking about you every single mile. Living Southern style, living Southern style. I'm living Southern style, living Southern style.
That is Living Southern Style with the Voodoo Bayou Band. Oh my gosh. I can just sit there. So here's the deal. About 20 feet, we'll go 40 feet this way for me is the Mississippi River, sitting right out in my backyard. And that's the song I want to, next time I have a bonfire, I'm going to sit out there with my Michter's sour mash. And I'm going to sit there and I think about boudin. I don't want to eat any, but I mean, I'll probably eat like a chicken wing or something like that. And I'm going to sit there and just sit at my bonfire watch the Mississippi because it's a little far. I'd like to put my toe in it, but it's too cold for that this time of year. And just Southern style.
Yeah,
and
just watch.
Realize that if I jumped in that water in roughly 22 days, I'd end up. You'd fish me out, Kyle. That's what you can do.
Yeah, no doubt. And that was the idea there. It's just, it's lazy Sunday afternoon and just watching that river flow and that big city can be lots of fun. It can be pretty dangerous as well, of course. But I mean, it's it's got a lot of character. It's got a lot of interesting people. It's got a lot of history and great food and great drinks. And it's been a place where we all get together and have a good time. And Dave Falgout really enjoyed that city, and I love him and I miss him. And so it's appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to play that music and to think about a dear friend that I love and miss.
If like on November 15th, I was sitting down there watching LSU tromp on the Arkansas Razorbacks. We could find a little bourbon and we could hear that song and
all of that could happen. Absolutely.
That could happen.
Absolutely it can. Yeah, no doubt.
Do you guys know 6-7? You guys know that yet? Have you heard that? 6-7. Apparently it means nothing.
It means nothing. I asked my son about it because he would go 6-7, 6-7.
6-7.
I'm like, okay, 6-7 what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. They just say 6-7.
It means nothing.
What's the context? I don't know. 6-7. And I said, well, don't come to me with that BS. That doesn't even make any sense.
So I said, okay, apples are green. And I've just been walking around saying apples are green. That's what I was. 6-7.
Whatever works for you, bro. That's right. You just plug and play because none of it makes any sense, right?
No. My grandpa Bud always used to say, "What's that have to do with the price of tea in China?"
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
They had those good ones. Those were the good ones.
You too, right?
Well, we're at the point where we need to shut her down, unfortunately and sadly, because I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed every part of this conversation tonight. And we get to the point where we say final thoughts. And sometime during the show, we're inspired by a thought, a word, a concept, by one another in some shape or fashion. And Mr. Frank the Myth is also an author as well, Mr. Hardy. I don't know if we got that deep and far into this. And we usually let Frank start off our final thoughts. And then it looks like clockwise to me, so we'll figure it out. It looks like the order will be Frank, Kyle, Andrea, JJ, then back to me. And so that's how we'll go. Giddy up.
Well, I believe I heard the comment that you can do anything. And I want people to understand that that's just not a phrase. That's the honest to God truth. And all you have to do is put your mind into things and focus. So there's no reason why I should be able to do a lot of things that I do, but it's because I really want to do it. And I trained for 4 months to go out there and run probably the slowest half marathon in recorded history. But I finished. And now I've done that. I may not ever do it again, but I did it because I wanted to do it. And it's something I've always wanted to do. Just like writing books, just like doing anything else. Put your mind to it and don't give up. Mm-hmm. Stay with it and don't quit.
Thank you, Frank. Kyle.
I guess my final thought would be, in addition to thanking you all kindly for having me on and being kind enough to play some of this music, I was very intrigued by all of the comments that I heard from this group about passionately caring for our brothers in arms and first responders, and the synergies around some of our like-minded, worthwhile causes that we're all a part of. And I think my final thought is just a simple prayer, if I may, for our dear Heavenly Father to please be with each and every one of these remarkable folks that are suffering in this world and are down and need a helping hand. Please bring them the resources that are available to them from our friends here at the People's Patriot Project, or the resources that J.J. Hardy and his team are able to bring, or folks like Special Ops Survivors and the countless other organizations that are available out there. Reach out. You're not alone. There are people out there that care for you and are just really excited, I think, about the opportunity to help lend a helping hand and lift you out of a difficult situation. You are not alone. And dear Lord, in your name we pray. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you for sharing that. Now my ideas seem smaller. Besides, Frank stole one of my thoughts, which was the reference to anyone from any background can do anything. That's why we have all those great stories about people who persevered and overcame, and that can be any one of us. Also, outside of the nipple episode, because if you can't have fun, you just can't. There was something else said. We all need someone to help us, and it goes right along with your prayer, Kyle. We are not alone. There is someone out there to help. And Peterson says every week, tens of thousands of organizations out there, but sometimes it's just an individual. And I'm a peer, but I'm not a military peer or a first responder peer to anyone that has served. But I really have looked at taking peer mentoring classes and going to all of the meetings, really, because I can listen well. And sometimes I feel like I don't even have to say anything. But just letting people kind of work through those things on their own helps them sometimes find their own solutions, or you throw something in that, maybe will help, or maybe will just lighten up the mood. So don't ever think that you are alone or that there's not something there for you. There truly is.
Thank you, Andrea. Mr. Hardy.
This guy. Okay.
Surprise.
So I would say that one of the lessons that I have learned from the nonprofit, and since we're talking about the collaboration here, is that, yes, I do believe anyone from any background can do anything, but it's not because that I have done it, or I've known a lot of people that have done it. It's just because it's true. And, people that are in a really low spot, I've been there, more than just me from this call have probably been in a low spot. Take the opportunities, but then don't throw them away by going back to your old habits. Make sure that you don't stay stuck in your false belief and compare yourself to other people. The only one that really matters is you. If you're trying to get to where you got to go, carry around a mirror with you or something like that, because you're probably the one holding yourself back from your progress. Reach out to somebody else to help you, but make sure you actually admit to yourself that you need that help. Otherwise, you won't do it. And then when it does present itself to you, you're probably going to throw it away. So make sure that you're always paying attention to what you're doing and what you're thinking, because if you're not taking those steps to do the things that you got to do, you're never going to get anywhere. So yes, anyone from any background can do anything, but you can't do those things unless you have that self-awareness. and do what you got to do.
Outstanding. You guys have been an absolute blessing tonight. We appreciate all that you've done, been here. We're here every Sunday, 1800 Central Standard Time. We come back here on Mondays at 16:30 to share what the People's Patriot Project is getting done. And so we'll be back here tomorrow at 4:30 to share the specifics of the People's Patriot Project and all the conglomerates that the WP3 team work on and the pieces. This conversation was intriguing to me here at the end. And I don't know, because we have a veteran that we've been helping, and I don't know that he listens to the show. That's not a requirement. It is what it is. But it's a conversation I think he needs to hear. And it's the classic insanity conversation. If you keep doing what you've always been done and want a different outcome,
Right.
there's your definition.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart, but hopefully we're getting them on the right path, on the right track, and in the right space.
Needs some professional help, probably, to be able to dig down to where the deep, deep, dark stuff is, to just flip that switch, maybe.
Yeah. Those spaces are being used, and it just sometimes people can't figure it out till they hit the very bottom, and that's a scary place to go, folks.
Yep.
It's a scary place to go.
My prayer was for him.
Thank you. You can't do anything when you got the lane ropes out there in the pool, and you got the buoys out there at the end, and you have all the pieces, and you have all the signs, you have all the communication, you got the professional standing there, but you just choose to swim in a lane that you shouldn't swim. There's nothing you can do about that. So we appreciate everyone that's been on here tonight. Next week we'll be back here again. Perfect timing for all my screens to go bye-bye. But I got it figured out. We got Ranger Rick will be in the house. Amazing influencer out there doing his thing. And we got JT and the Gunslingers, a local musician from Minnesota. We appreciate all the work that he does and the things that he's down, gritty, and gets her done, and he's greatly appreciated. He'll be exciting. We got to get some planning and get down to Louisiana. I want to see that. I want to get my paws on Kyle Demang and his crew and be part of the conversations they're having. That's what I want to do. JJ's not far from us, Andrea.
No, not at all.
You guys are always welcome, man. Let me know how I can be of service. Let me know how I can help plug you in. Like we talked about with Thibodeau Fireman's Fair and some of these groups down here. Let's get you linked up. Let's, we'll send you some boudin up there from Bourgeois Meat Market.
I got plenty. Don't need any more. We're good for a minute.
No, but we'd love to have y'all down. It's down here, it's all about hospitality and food and having a good time. And we don't need another excuse, but come join us.
Absolutely. Well, then when we do our ice fishing events, we can have you come up, be on the ice with us, and we can open up a boudin like shop, like little thing where we can hand out boudin because I have plenty. We'll just bring your crackers, and we got some boudin and some ice fishing.
Well, I've never gone fishing in somebody's ice hole, so we'll be happy to go give that a shot for sure.
Love the play on words.
Yeah.
What?
Does anyone got anything else they want to share before we close her down?
Thank you for bringing me on the show. I think this was a wonderful conversation, and it needed to be had. People always need to hear that resources are important, and you should never shoot down help when it's out there.
Very thankful. Yep.
Hey, get out there, folks. Sponsor your reads for Reads Across America anywhere in the country. It needs to be done. $17 will help us remember, honor, and teach about the men and women who are laying at rest. I gave you the perfect reason and the purpose to lay your big fat heads on the pillows of freedom daily. They did it for you. You can do this for them. See you tomorrow at 16:30 for the WP3 Weekly Debrief. Make sure you check your 6 Patriot Pride.